Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of FPL Podcast with me, Brian, aka FPL Analysis, recording on Wednesday, 18 November 2020 for a Game Week 9 preview. Okay, as usual, I will have my Game Week 8 review, how it went for me, and I will finish it up with my transfer plans, and I will close it with the captain picks for game week 9. Okay, but before that, as usual, leave a like, hit that subscribe button. Thank you for all your support. Now let's get straight to the discussion. Okay, right. So game week 8, how it went for me, pretty average, I can say. I ended up with 58 points, minus 4 points, so net of 54 points. It's a red arrow going from 1.1 million all the way down to 1.3 million. Minus 4 because I finally did 2 transfers. The first one is to bring in Zuma for Roman Size, yeah, who seems to have lost his place. And finally, the end is I made a last minute change substitution after finding out that Pulisic is not going to be fit. I go from Pulisic to GH for minus 4. In terms of the transfer that I made, did the minus 4 worth? Yeah. Yes, because GH returned with 11 points, which is a good thing. Okay. But other than those, there are so many players that are actually not really performing. Actually start with quite well. So I go through my squad quite briefly. Okay, I got Matt Ryan finally returning with a clean sheet, 6 points. Trent injured, and then I also lost the clean sheet with 2 points. Walker Peters, clean sheet, bonus points, 9. Zuma, the one that I just transferred in, with 2 points. James Justin, with 6 points after a clean sheet against Wolves. Salah, 9 points. Sterling, disappointing again with 1 point. Son, my captain, blanks again with only 6 as a captain. GH, the transfer that I put in, 11. DCL with 5. And Mitrovic again, yellow card, not taking the penalty as well. So missed that chance to score a penalty. 1 point only for Mitrovic. Okay, on my bench, Christian Walton not playing, Keenan Davis not playing, John McGinn didn't do anything as well, and Nathan Ferguson also not playing. So when I look at this team, okay, 58 points, minus 4, another red arrow. It's been consistently red arrow. I always consistent have the red arrow from game week, I think 3 or 4, if I'm not mistaken, all the way now to game week 8. So the first 8 game weeks, what I see, okay, and then now we are currently having an international break. Nations League are still undergoing. We still need to wait and see the latest news, any injuries, COVID, and so on. Yeah. But when I look at this team heading to international break, I actually do not plan to play my wildcard. I plan to hold it until game week 10, ahead of game week 10. So another one more game week before I played my wildcard. So game week 9, I actually plan to go with the same team. But spoiler alert, yes, the wildcard is already activated. Okay, I have activated my wildcard, so I will tell you my wildcard draft. Okay, for my game week 9 and how I plan to do so. So out of the first 8 game weeks, when I go and reflect, I start to see that my main problem is actually on my bench players, because technically I only have one playing bench player, because Christian Walton not playing, injured, even flag yellow. Nathan Ferguson red flagged, and then Keenan Davis never played, never even scored any minutes in Aston Villa. And technically I only have either Justin or Kyle Walker Peters, yeah, that will always be the rotation race, rotated there. So I see the need for these bench players happen in a game week 7, where I only have 9 active players at that time, because Suddenly, Matt Ryan was dropped to the bench. Christian Walton didn't make into the squad. And then Roman Saiz lost his place. Pulisic pulled out an injury during the training, making only one player that come off my bench because I do not have any sub-keeper. Christian Walton flag yellow, not making the bench, so I don't have any playing goalkeeper. James Justin, who was on my bench, okay, come to replace Roman Saiz. And then for Pulisic, no one comes because Keenan Davis didn't play, Nathan Ferguson also didn't play. So I end up having only 9 players playing, and that really hurt my rank. So I look at that, I plan of like, okay, I need to make a bench players. Bench players are actually very important, or at least I can say, even if you have a bench players that has consistently scoring 2 points for you in the bench, I think that's better than nothing. Okay, because mine was scoring 0 points, no point at all. I better have bench players with only maybe scoring 2 point, or 1 point. It's even better than no points at all. So with that in mind, and with the news that Trent Alexander-Arnold is out and potentially out for a long period of time, around 1 month, and it has been confirmed that he probably will miss out around 4 weeks. That triggered me and finally ensure I become more assured like that to play my wildcard. And I played my wildcard at that time because when I look at my team, okay, I don't like the keepers. I don't like the bench, definitely. Walton, Davis, Ferguson. I don't like my keeper, Matt Ryan, not keeping enough clean sheet for me and even save points for me. Sterling has been disappointing. Mitrovic has been disappointing. So there are so many players that when I look at my team, there are so many players that I would like to change. And when I calculate, I have around 8 to 9 changes that I would like to make. And that justify for me, for you, that makes you able, okay, to just hit your wildcard button. If you only have 1 or 2 or 3 issues, probably not. But then if you have more than that, I have 8 or 9 issues. So I will have a minus 32 points around that hit, 32-point hit to let's say fix my team, and that justified me to use my wildcard. So I press that wildcard button and I make almost a whole change of my team. So I'll go through the players that I that survive in my wildcard team for temporary. Is Walker Peters, Zuma, Justin, Salah, GH, and DCL. So only these players are in. So 6 players. The other 9 is out from my team. So that will lead me to my transfer plan. So I will just go through that, and I will tell you my current wildcard draft. Yeah, still can be changed, of course, depending on the Nations League condition and all the players' injury and so on, the COVID-19 case and so on. Yeah, so these are my goalkeeper right now. So I currently now have 15 playing players. Aside from goalkeeper, because I have a 4 million goalkeeper. Okay, so I have 14 players at least playing. Yeah, but the first goalkeeper, I will go with the same team. So Alex McCarthy, and Fraser Forster. So this is like to make sure that I do not have any issue with the goalkeeper. And for my defender, Walker Peters is still there, Zuma is still there, Justin is still there, Trent is out to be replaced by Kufal from West Ham, and Nathan Ferguson is out to be replaced by Matt Target from Aston Villa. So I have a 4.5 million defenders with me. At least I have 5 playing defenders right now. Okay, for the midfielder, Salah is still there, GH is still there, Son is out for Bruno Fernandes currently, Sterling is out to be Grealish currently, and John McGinn out for Souček from West Ham. So quite a solid midfielder there. And in the forward line, Mitrovic is out, Davis is out to be replaced by Ryan Brewster and Timo Werner. So I decided to go with one quite big names in my forward line, which something that I do not play in the first 8 game weeks. I go with a cheap striker, but I think Werner is worth having. And that is also the reason why I have Werner is actually for the placeholder to be Harry Kane, to be Jamie Vardy, in case I need it. Okay, with that squad, I currently have 4.1 million in the bank. Yes, you might feel that it's quite a lot of money, but that is actually because I have been planning to bring in Chilwell probably to bring in Kyle Walker, to bring in some heavy hitters like Son, like Kane in the coming next few weeks. And maybe I could even buy one more goalkeeper as my second goalkeeper. So I have a rotating goalkeeper, and Meslier tends to be the candidate, but I have to remain to see whether Meslier is still the number one goalkeeper for Leeds after conceding a lot of goals in the last 2 game weeks. Okay, so if I look at my team currently, 2 yellow flags, of course, is Ryan Brewster probably got the injury in the international duty, and Salah got COVID news. So for Salah, so currently you see my what I would probably change is actually in the midfield. I'm quite settled with how my goalkeeper, defenders, and forward. Okay, but for the midfielder, Salah, GS, Bruno, Grealish, and Suchar, there's still a chance for it to change currently, depending on how Salah is. Okay, if Salah is out for 1 game week only, okay, which is Gameweek 9 only, and he will be back in Gameweek 10, probably I will not. I will just bench him, okay, and play one of my bench player. But if he's out for 9 and 10 possibly, then he probably will be KDB at the end of game week, ahead of Gameweek 9. So I need to pay attention closely to the press conference from Klopp and from other managers. Yeah, hopefully all the players are no longer injured, because we can see a lot of Chilwell's also out injured currently, right? So that would be an issue for me, because I plan to bring in Chilwell as well. But do I stick with Zuma right now and I don't go with Chilwell? Everything can still happen. Now it's still on Wednesday. We still have a few days, and all the nations are still being played. So we need to wait and see how it all goes. Grealish, of course, is also in the duty, so we have to see whether he is injured or not. Yeah, hopefully all the players return safely. No COVID news aside from Salah. Yeah, so for Salah, I think if it's only 1 game week, I suggest you will just simply bench him and play one of your bench. And then if he's out for longer, maybe you can consider selling him. All right, I have 4.1 million in the bank, so quite a flexible there, able to buy here and there. So it's good to have some 4.1 million in the bank and still have quite a solid squad, I can say, for my wildcard team. I'll do hoping for green arrows, yeah, so that I can go back to top 500k, top 10k as my final target. Okay, now I'll try to discuss about the captain picks. Yeah. I think the captain picks with Salah possibly out. Yeah, I think it currently now becomes spread, and the standout pick I think for captaincy will be Bruno Fernandes, because they have West Bromwich Albion at home next. So Bruno is a good option. I think Werner and GH, one of them could, GH especially, start to see like a differential captain as well, and also prove himself worth to be considered as a captain. He returned 2 double-digit goals in the last 2 game weeks. So Werner, GH is a good option. I think with Salah out, Sadio Mane, if you have him, I think he's a good option as well at home against Leicester. And then Calvert-Lewin against Fulham, based on the fixture. This one is more based on the fixture rather than the performance, I think. Against Fulham could be a good option for captaincy. And then Grealish is another good option against Brighton at home. Okay, yeah, so those are the standout picks, I think. For the differential captain, I will put KDB here as a differential captain, because we are going to be targeting normally players with nice fixtures. Yeah? But KDB, okay, I don't think many people will be captaining him. I don't think many people will have him as well in the team, because of his injury last time out. So we decided to go with Sterling maybe, or go with Bruno or whatsoever. So I think not many teams have him, and we can see from the percentage TSB, he's only 15%. That's actually quite shocking to see top asset 15% only in the team. But I think he could be a good option for captaincy. As a differential, I put it here because no one will dare to captain him, especially in the big matches. We never know what happened. But I think KDB if he's good, he can just perform anything. He can give you assists or even a goal or whatever. So KDB, I will throw it as my differential captain for this game week. I would probably have him as well in my wildcard team, but it depends. And the next one is Zaha against Burnley, if I'm not mistaken, at away. So Zaha could be another differential captain. Okay. As for my own captaincy, currently I have my captain's armband currently on Werner, vice captain currently on Bruno Fernandes. Okay, but all can still change depending on the Nations League and all the conditions after the international break. All right. Yeah. So I think that's it. All that I want to share. Yeah. Thank you for listening. Hopefully next week I will come back again with another podcast to discuss Game Week 10 preview for Game Week 10 and also Game Week 9 review. Until then, good luck for Game Week 9. I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.